Not a care in the world, not worried, not anxious, nothing, completely at peace. Joy abounds. Because it's another no-brainer. RAKR was the first one I called out when I restarted doing the show. And it's almost identical. It was at 0.002 instead of 20 cents. And it went to 5.5. And that's exactly where I said it was going. It was breaking out of a wedge. There was a rumor of a merger in 3 weeks. And there was volume. There was liquidity. There was eyes. I made good money. Then I started jumping around, screwing around, over trading, getting cash happy. Count pulled back a little bit. No worries. I said, wait, just wait. Wait for the right one. I'm searching on the boards on iHub. You should go to BB Stock Haven once in a while. You can find it on iHub. The reason is because a bunch of people call it a bunch of tickers, and that's where you can like start looking at them. You can say, oh, I've never heard of this one. Let me pull it up on a chart. This coin op who looks like all he does is pump the same stuff over and over again. So he looks like a pumper. But I was like, I remember hearing about Ebet. Let me check it out. So the bid's at about 11 or 12. I see that about a month ago, 3 weeks, it ran 400% in a day. I'm like, okay, this has my interest. Wow, it went through a reverse split. It's down in the pit of hell. The market cap's only at about $1 million for it used to be NASDAQ. It got knocked down to the OTCQB, which is still really good. That's still a great exchange. It's not like it's pink non-current, okay? And I start to watch it. I don't buy right away. I just sit on my cash, say, take your time, make sure this is the one, even though it looks good at first glance. So I watched the bid and the ask, and I noticed something. I'm like, okay, first of all, if the ask is taken out, which there's only like $1,000, $2,000 on the ask at any time, the next ask is like 10 to 15% higher than that. It seems like the sellers are out here. It's been consolidating for a month right on this level. The Super Bowl is coming up. It's a betting stock. Now, wait a second. Okay, this has the recipe. So then I start doing DD, and that's what we'll jump into now. This video is completely on Ebet. I have a feeling it's going to run over 100% tomorrow. It's going to fill a gap. I'm going to show you where that is. I'm currently all in. Because, again, you wait until the opportunity shows itself and then you throw the house at it. You don't throw the house at anything you hear about on Twitter. You don't just jump in and jump out of stocks because they got a lot of FOMO going on. You wait and you hit it when it's there. That's a big thing. And that's something I'm going to start doing more often. If I want to play around from 5 to 10K here and there and random plays, sure, give me a little bit of excitement. But if I'm going heavy, if I'm going all in, and I've seen 3 of them, Bets ran 200%, Racker ran 150%, and I'm already up probably 50% in this. And it's going to go 100% tomorrow, almost guaranteed without question, never a thought in my mind, not a worry in my brain. Now let me show you why. These are the stocks that you love because I'm not concerned. I have no anxiety. I'm going to sleep well tonight. A lot of times I'm like, oh my God, am I going to have enough, or is there going to be enough liquidity to get out? Oh my God, are they diluting? No, they're not diluting, and I'll show you why. Make me a little bit smaller, even though I'm looking pretty healthy. Gotta admit, I look a lot better on camera probably than I did last time I did these videos because the alcohol, I haven't been drinking. And because of that, my account is super high. And because of that, my blood is pumping super strong. And because of that, my skin is healed from leprosy, basically, when I was drinking 5 to 6 times a night. And that's nothing to be proud of. And no, I wasn't getting drunk every night, but that doesn't matter. Having any type of alcohol 5 or 6 nights a week is a problem. Even if you're not getting drunk, you should not. That's an addiction. So I said, okay, you have a problem. Let's take care of it. And for the past like 3 months, I've been doing like once or twice a week on average. That's it. That's cool. That's not going to affect my life. 5 to 6 nights, Surely will. Okay, let me jump into this. I'm just excited. I'm just excited. OTCQB. This is a tier above pink sheets. It's most of your penny stocks are going to be OTC pink or pink limited or whatever, and then they don't update the share structure. There's always nefarious things going on behind the scenes. So you really want to find something like this where it's safer. It's not like, it's not like a grimy, toxic finance bullshit. And now this still might have some of that involved, but they're not currently doing it. It's penny stock exempt, which means they have to make a certain amount of money to be able to be on this tier or to be penny stock exempt. I think it's $2 million a year in revenues. This company has way more than that. It's a verified profile. It just means that they keep up with paying OTCQB, for that. Transfer agent verified, so you know that the share structure is correct. Independent directors, all these things, they're all green flags. I mean, you got 4 green flags with a good tier. Okay, so just in that box, perfection. Okay, it's literally like OCD QB. That was pretty good, actually. Wow. Ooh. My brain just functions sometimes, especially, again, when I'm not drinking and when I'm going to the gym for 9 hours a day and doing 10-mile runs, because I have the attitude to do it. If you're, okay, stay in the stock. So let's see, what can we get into here? Because I got all day to talk about this, Pop. Just look at this. Even in the most basic of charts, it looks like the most sexual thing I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Look at this. That is a cup and that is a handle. This is a inverse head and shoulders. We'll get into that later. I just can't, I keep getting ahead of myself now, don't I? Now, we're going to go to security details. Hopefully you can see this and you should be able to. Yeah. Oh, maybe I got to go even smaller here. Sorry, ladies. Market cap, 2,500,000, even where we currently sit. This company makes way more than that in revenues per year. They might not have the best margins, but either way, there is a lot of stocks that are OTC, pink limited, that have the most bullshit product that's pre-revenue and is a scam, and they're still at 10 million market cap. Now, that doesn't always, it's not like, but it means it's undervalued. What's that? Green flag. 5 green flags. Authorized shares, 500 million. Might seem like a lot, but the outstanding is 15. That's nothing. That's why there's 3 penny skips from ask to bid. That's why when volume comes in, it's adios muchacha. Held at DTC is literally the float. The structure is updated daily. That means that we're up to 4, 5, 6, 7 green flags. No reds. That's a good start. Now that's just the basic overview, okay? Now I'm just going to talk about this. Basically, the rumor that's out, or what we're looking for here, and it's an actual viable thing. That's why it's not like this is just some scam and it's going to run into the scam and then they're going to dump on you. I don't know. They're not currently diluting. They just went through a reverse split, so they have a really tiny share structure. And in my mind, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm thinking. They're in a lawsuit with a major corporation, Aspire Global or something along those lines. I don't remember the exact name. Either way, doesn't matter. $26 billion company. Pretty big. In fact, astronomical. Most companies are not $26 billion. They're not worth that. They are in a lawsuit with them for 70 million plus damages. Okay, that sounds good. And it doesn't sound like 70 million is a lot to a $26 billion company. That's merely a drop in the bucket. So that's good. That's another green flag. Oh, but this company, they might, what do they have a good lawyer? Do they have good lawyers? Do they have money to pay for this? Huh. Well, you dig a little bit deeper. Again, I'm not going to go through all this. You got to do your own DD, but take my word for it. They hire a lawyer that just happens to be, I do events sometimes for, I'm not even going to say because of what I say on this show, but I do events for this big ass company and we have to share a driveway with the neighbor. So whenever they're loading things in, I have to deal with this building, their driveway. It's like the nicest building in Century City, Los Angeles, the financial district of basically Beverly Hills. And there's a bunch of high-end lawyers in there. So that's why I have to make sure that there's like floor protection for the driveway when there's forklifts and cones, just for a driveway, because it's made out of stone that was chiseled from the ancient Babylonian Empire of 1220 AD. Okay? And who happens to be in that building? None other than the lawyer that they hired, who I did some DD on. I think his name is Hummel. He's a hotshot. He's worked with Britney Spears. He's done all different types of law. He's a civil lawyer that's top gun, top notch. And they would have only hired a guy on that pedestal if they knew they had a case. That's one. That's another green flag. I think that's 9. The key here is, well, how'd they get the money for all this? Blah, blah, blah. Yes, they have revenues, but they don't have great margins. Do they have that much cash? Are they going to have to dilute for that cash? No, no, no. The lender, whatever lender they're situated with or affiliated with, gave them more money to go fight this. Now, if they thought that this was a dead-end case and they weren't going to get any money out of it, they wouldn't have fronted them that cash. Maybe they would have taken out they would say, oh, we're going to destroy the stock because we want this toxic note that's going to be in shares at 70% discount from the debt, but yada, yada, yada. But they did. And remember, I told you every single day, this is updated. And it hasn't changed in about 5 months since the split. So since the split, they haven't diluted one share. And it's updated every day, so we'll know when they start. Because it's a good company. Okay? 10 green flags. Lender gives them money, hire top-notch lawyer, $26 billion company being sued for $70 million plus damages. Now, why is that effective to this stock? Because if there's a buyout, let's say Aspire Global, whatever it is, says, you know what? I want your company. Fuck it. We'll just bring you in. We're not going to pay you the cash. We'll just bring you in under our umbrella. If that's the case, and let's say they buy it for 70 million. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I've never been in a situation this viable that I've even cared this much. But is it not that if they buy them for 70 million, wouldn't that be 14 mil? Wouldn't it be 15? So 15 million shares, outstanding shares. How would I do the math on this? 70 million. Exactly. Wait. Yes. Yes. 14. Okay, that's it. Sorry, I had a brain because I'm overexcited at the moment. 15 million shares at $1 is 15 million bucks. So that's why I was getting confused because I was thinking current price and I was trying to do the math on that. At $1, the market cap will be 15 million. At $4, the market cap will be 60 million. So it'd be like 430, 440. The price is at 20 and I'm all in. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm not, and I'm going to trade accordingly, and I'm not just going to hold forever and pray. But if you hold shares when that happens, like if let's say I just held this and it's going into discovery, this trial is moving quickly. They might just settle it. They might just be like, fuck it, we'll give you the 70 million. Why would they want to take this and prolong it unless they had a case? This gets interesting. They might just say, Screw the court case. It's going into discovery. Then we're going to have to do opening statements and blah, blah, blah. And it's going to be drawn out. And we're going to have to spend all this money and we might lose and still have to give up $70 million and not get shit. They might just say, we'll give you $150 million. Come with us. $8 buyout. I don't know. I can't predict the future. But that's a possibility. And that's life-changing money. These things happen. They happen to things like this. I'm not saying that it's 100%, nothing is, but it is a 50-50 chance. And I will take that every day because a 50-50 chance, usually on stocks like this, making that type of money is like a 0.4% chance. So I'll take 50-50 on this pup. But let's talk about our levels of resistance, where we're going to go, and why. That's the background. That's just the plain DD. That's all you need to know. That's it. You don't need to dive deeper. Okay. Now we look at the chart. 10 green, 11. I'll throw, 50-50 chance at life-changing money. I'll throw another green flag in there. Okay. Okay. Thanks. No red flags yet. And we're going to go to Ebet, aren't we? I think we are. You know what? Let's just throw it up on this puppy first, just because this is a little bit more basic, but it has a few moving averages. I like to look at this throughout my day. We could see it's just a little bit clearer. Now, here's your gap. Right up at 50, okay? There's your gap. And if they hunt for this, this is what I'm seeing here, okay? This is what I'm seeing here right now, okay? We're seeing, what happened last time, okay? What happened last time, okay? It came up to this, it pulled back, and then it had a spike, and then a bang, okay? It went up, it's pushing up to this, spike, and a bang, straight to 50. I'm calling it tomorrow. Okay, that's only about 110%, 120% from here. Stocks do that all the time. This one is breaking out on technicals. There's no dilution. There's a perfect W on the short-term chart. It's a perfect cup and handle. It's a perfect inverse head and shoulders. It's just perfection personified. I've said this before, if I could have sex with it, if I could insert my manhood into this screen, I don't even know if I'd make it because it'd be premature. I wouldn't even be able to get my pants down. It's going for this gap. Now, it might not happen tomorrow. I'm not saying it is, okay? I'm not like, don't be like, oh my God, it didn't hit 50 tomorrow, okay? Okay. But it might. And if it's not tomorrow, it's going to happen. I can almost say it 100% true. Look at your RSI. RSI is creeping into the hot zone at 71. We have all the room in the world. You push this to 50 tomorrow, it's about at 90. Perfect. It's not at 90 yet, but it could be tomorrow. It gets to 50. Okay, I'm not going to go. I'm going to think about taking my flip shares there. Okay, I will always hold a core. I always have discipline to do that because I don't know. This thing might just keep going. But I will take some at 50. Okay. Now let's look at the trading view chart. Not that there's going to be anything else. I mean, oh God, this reminds me of Veery before it ran to $1.70. Same price start. If I trade this correctly, I've already thought about exactly what I'm going to do on this play. I might have over $200,000 by the Super Bowl. I'm not kidding, because I just see it here. If this does the same thing that Veery did, which is this is what I think it's going to do. You're breaking above this. You're going for this gap. You see this gap? You see that little gap right there? You're just gonna fill it on up. That's all you're gonna do. You're just gonna fill that little gap. Oh, baby, just fill that little gap. Take some there, okay? Pull back and give me a bottom of 2.5, 2.2. In fact, gap up tomorrow and give me the push to 50 and then a gap fill at 2.2. Remember, I'm not flipping everything at 50 because it could just keep going to 150. But I'm going to take my chances. I'm going to sell some there, just a few. Pulls back, pick some more up, 20 on that gap fill, 22.5 to 25 all day. That puts us, I'd say, at Tuesday next week. Okay, reload it Tuesday next week. Now it's like, I don't know, probably February 1st at this point. February 2nd. Maybe 30th, 31st. The Super Bowl's on the 11th. It's a Sunday. So let's say Tuesday, Wednesday next week, I'm reloading 22.25. This is a betting stock, so it should run on the into the Super Bowl. Last time I saw this, or last year around this time, it was LTRY. I was in it. I sold it. I didn't know. It ran from like 20 cents to like $1.50. If I get back in full position between 22 and 25, and it fills this gap, it's $1.50. I'm not telling you what to do, but this is probably the greatest setup I've ever seen in my entire trading career. 7 years. Now that I know what I know and I'm looking at what I'm looking at, I don't know. I mean, I've been telling you guys, I was telling you guys a few days ago to start smacking the ask at 16. And it's at 22.45, and this thing can get moving with the quickness. So, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited. And look, if it drops tomorrow, if for whatever reason, and it just has a bad day, there's some sellers up here, which they had all end of the day, 2 hours to sell. Fine, I'll still hold it. I'm not even thinking about selling this. I don't think it's going back to my average at 15.45, 14.5. So I'm fine. I'll just hold this. Okay, I'm gonna hold it until it hits my first target. When it hits my first target, I sell some. When it hits, if it does do pullback, then I buy some. And if it does hit my second target of $1.50, I made $250,000 in January. May the Lord bless me. May He keep me. May He speak to your heart and tell you, yes, this might be a good stock for you right now. Maybe Pete's correct. Maybe the Holy Spirit is within him. That's a decision you have to make. I can only show you the door. You must walk through it. I can only show you the path, but you must walk down it. So until tomorrow, I could have a video out tomorrow screaming for joy because I made $40,000 in a day. I could have a video tomorrow that doesn't exist. We'll see what happens. But I'm calling it now, 125% tomorrow, somewhere around there on Ebet. That's when the eyes come, but it'll drop maybe a little bit. We get back in, and then 150. We'll just be calling our name at that point. Because remember, it's only going to be a 22.5 million market cap at that point, which is only like a third of the settlement amount. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.